Hey guys, it's Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and I just fell off of my wheelchair. It tipped over. Luckily, I'm wearing this sarcophagus that's got the plastic or fiberglass on the bottom, and it's complete. Got that much padding at the end, right there. That much padding, because I hit the floor and the chair was on me, and luckily it actually took me trying to reach my doctor at the VA. I had to call four different nurses because the first three just wanted to tell me about their day and what they do and all this stuff and everything. And I'm like, no, I need you to reach out to my doctor at the amputation clinic in Tampa. And the VA doctors, when you call the nurses, when you call them, they are just more interested in telling about their day and what they do and where they're. And I'm like, I don't care. This is like an emergency. So, anywho, then I called the hospital and the switchboard people, which barely speak English. The two I spoke to, I had to repeat myself several times for them to understand. To transfer me to the clinic, neither one could do it. I don't know why. If you work at a switchboard, you should be able to do it, but they couldn't. On that note, if anybody is VA and you know what a CMP exam is, well, I was booked for a CMP exam on Monday by one company that the VA hired, and then the other company on their own decided to book on Monday for a different CMP exam. One's for my eyes on Monday. The other one is for all the forever chemicals that are at Willow Grove Naval Air Station and some stuff I have from that, as well as from Naval Air Station Brunswick, and some of the things I have from that. If you're familiar, if you don't familiar, look up Naval Air Station Willow Grove on YouTube. There's about 1,000 videos of some of the stuff you get from the forever chemicals that were there, and I was stationed there. Anywho, the second company that I just had uh, I called him the other day and said, you can't double book me. Oh no, we'll cancel it. Then I called today. Well, it's still there. Well, you can cancel it. Well, we're not allowed to cancel it um, because that's a different department. I'm like, switching the department. You can hear the TV in the background. And the lady was like, well, I can't cancel with such a supervisor. Well, I don't know if I can get to a supervisor. I definitely can't switch you because all these people are working out of their houses on their cell phones and they can't switch you to anyone. So if they can't do the job or they don't feel like doing the job, then they just don't do their job. So then the third one, I said, well, you can do it, or I'm going to put something up on YouTube naming your company, and then I'll be going right down and calling the congressman's office down here, Gus Barakis, who is the guy that's been helping me. And he's been stepping in when I needed it the last year and a half. He's very cool as far as helping veterans, at least with me. And so as soon as you start mentioning that, and then they're like, oh no, well, we're going to have to send it back to the VA, and they may say send a different company. Well, they've already sent a different company for the other three of them. They shouldn't even be sending companies to send up doctors that aren't VA to talk to you anyway, in my opinion. And right now, in Congress's opinion, they're asking, why do we have for profit companies showing up? Because the reason I now have a lawyer is because the last two CMP, and that's compensation people that are coming out to see if you actually have the what you say you have as far as medical conditions. And the reason I was turned down the last two times was they said that I only served 1 year in the military when I actually served. They said I only served from November of 88 to November of 89 when I actually served from May of 84 to 89, but none of them want to look at your records. So because they turned me down, not saying that I don't have what I have, but just saying, well, you say you had this back in March of 88. And I'm like, yeah. Well, no, you didn't serve until November of 88. I'm like, I re-enlisted in January of 88, January 11th, actually. And before that, I had been in since 84, May of 84. Then re-enlisted in January of 88. And then actually in November of 88, I took a big bonus of $20,000 and extended my reenlistment. But for some reason, they don't call and ask you that. they didn't look at my records when they showed up here. And so the reason I got turned down was not because I don't have the things that I have. It's because they said that I wasn't in the service when I actually was in the service. So all these problems are coming up. So now I have a law firm that's looking at these things for me. And had to have a law firm with the other stuff show up. And it's just being, why the law firms would not be doing all this stuff if the VA would just hire people themselves, which they originally supposed to do. This third party crap is just a for-profit jump because the people that come out don't even know what they're talking about, honestly. So, because the last one that came out said I didn't have a shin when my amputation shows that I still have a shin bone. At least my doctor who did the amputation, who was dealing with me, those guys say I have a shin, but the person that came out, who wasn't even a doctor, said that nope, there's no shin there. So whatever. You know, it's one of those things where you get that insurance company representative that's making $13 an hour that tells you what procedure you can have instead of the doctor that you've had for 20 years that knows what he's doing because he only went to med school and not the, you know, school of typewriter maintenance that the guy at the insurance company did. So anyway, yep, I'm a little pissed today, and this is one of the things you have to deal with. So hopefully this kind of crap ends soon. All right, talk to y'all later.